Many police officers don't realize that there are citizens who know the law better than they do and will not give up their civil rights at any cost. Today we're talking about arrogant cops who got taught a real lesson by real law experts. Let's go to the video. The first cop who really got a reality check and got taught a lesson was this one, who decided to hassle a guy filming in front of a government building. He came up claiming the man was acting suspiciously, but honestly it was just the cop's personal take, which didn't have anything to do with what the man was actually doing. The guy was quick to set him straight, explaining that he was just a citizen exercising his rights under the First Amendment, which allows anyone to film or take photos in public spaces, be it cars or government buildings. Now, you'd think cops would be clear on this since they swear to uphold the Constitution when they start their jobs. But when another cop saw his buddy struggling to make his point, he jumped in too, trying to belittle the man by saying he was nobody and trying to school them. It seemed like this cop had a bit too high of an opinion of himself. However, the man didn't back down and told the cop straight up that he was just a guy in a uniform, nothing more. This comment really seemed to sting, especially since the cop held his job in such high regard, thinking he was above the law. The man advised the cop not to be aggressive, which only made the cop angrier. He started shouting that he was the furthest thing from aggressive, even making a show of keeping his hands out of his pockets, as if that was proof enough. But let's be real, shouting like that's pretty aggressive in my opinion. It's weird how some cops think just because they're not physically shoving someone, they're being totally reasonable. The whole situation just shows how some cops need a serious reminder about the laws they're supposed to protect and the rights of people they serve.
Just to keep it for myself, I like to film nice, beautiful government buildings. Why, what's going on?
Well, usually it's a little suspicious when people start videotaping the government buildings. So
suspicious?
What about
What's suspicious about it?
It's not normal.
It's not normal? According to who? I mean, you can't deem holding a video camera suspicious behavior. You know that, officer. And as I explained to this individual that he says we need a permit to film here, I don't need a permit. I'm out in public. I have a legal right to film. I'm not going in the building. Anything I can see from public, and this is public accessible, I can film. So he's enforcing policy. The policy is you guys don't like filming. But the filming doesn't, the policy doesn't trump our right to film in public. It's a First Amendment protected activity, and that's why I'm out here. That's exactly our purpose of being out here, is to educate you that we have a legal right to film in public.
Who are you to educate me?
Huh?
Who are you to educate me?
Well, you're giving me an order.
I didn't give you any orders, first of all.
Okay, so I have a legal right to do it. Is that what you're saying? Huh? Is that what you're saying? Why don't you kick rocks, man?
I'll stand right here just like you are, right? Public property?
Yeah.
I'll stand here too.
Yeah, you're a tough guy, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, you're a tough guy. Who am I to educate you?
Who are you?
Who are you? You're a guy in a costume.
You said you wanted to
You're a guy in a
educate
costume.
me. I'm asking you to educate me and who you are to
No,
educate
you told me
me.
who am I to educate you? You come off all aggressive.
I didn't come off aggressive in any way.
You can call me.
I have my hands in my pockets. I'm aggressive?
Yeah, in your tone of voice, fool.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Good name calling.
Yeah. What you gonna do? You gonna beat me? You gonna tase me? Go kick rocks. Go back inside, man. You come out all... Who are you to educate? I was very cordial explaining the purpose of coming out here.
Now you're calling me names.
Yeah, you ramped it up. You ramped it up, bro. Bullshit.
I'm actually sick. How am I going to raise my voice?
You're sick?
I could barely talk.
You're sick in the head, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what they train you. Just go back in and kick rocks.
Whatever you got to say, buddy.
I just said it.
You got, what's the law officer? What's your name, sir? Sheriff? What's your name?
Deputy Polito.
Deputy who?
Polito.
Polito. What's your name, sir?
What's your name, officer? I got a vision impairment. Say it.
Focus on the camera. Put the focus
say
on
it.
What's going on, man? Why
Say
we
it.
film out here?
You're not going to say it? What's your badge number?
It says right there.
What's your badge number?
My ID number is 4141.
Thank you, Officer Hardy.
Not a problem.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Have a great day.
When a cop spotted a man filming police cars near the station, he went over to him right away and asked who he was. But the man quickly realized this cop was trouble when he started infringing on his press freedom rights. So he decided to ask the cop for his name and badge number, something every cop is supposed to provide when asked. But instead of giving his details nicely, the cop just told the man to read it off his uniform, which was pretty unprofessional, especially for a cop with such a long career.
Oh yeah. Yeah, not bad.
Is there a reason why you're videoing police cars, etc., etc.?
It's an interesting car, isn't it?
Not really.
Not to you then. So,
Standard old Vauxhall.
okay. Not to you. To me, it's not standard, is it? It's all modded out. It's yeah. So not to you, it may not be interesting, but to me, it is.
Yeah.
Who are you? Sorry, who are you?
Oh, I'm a BCSO.
PCSO. Your collar number?
6081.
Have you got your designation card on you?
Have I what?
Got your designation card on you, please. No, your designation
I
card.
need to carry that around.
PCSOs must at all times carry a designation card to present to the public. No, they do. Of course they do.
Well, I've done this job for 14 years and I've never been told that.
You've never been told that? Okay, that's fine. I'll report that to you. I'll report that to you, Chief Constable. That's not a problem.
Card is.
Designation card. You don't know what it is?
Never known it.
Wow, that's poor. And I'm not saying it's poor on you. It's poor on whoever's done your training and whoever updates your training. It's quite poor on them. Who's in charge of your training? Is it the Chief Constable, Sergeant, or
Training department.
training department? No, based here, are they? Okay, no worries. I'll go in and make a complaint in a second. Then that's not
So
worry.
what's your interest in the police anyway then? Police cars and videoing them when they come to the station?
But I'm still sorry. I'm still stuck on the fact that you don't know what a designation card is. Your designation card is something that a PCSO should carry at all times, and it lists all the powers that a PCSO have, because you don't have the same powers as a police constable, do you? So it lists all of those powers. So when interacting with a member of the public and they ask to see your designation card, you're obliged under your policies to show that, to show what powers you do and don't have in difference to a constable.
Yes.
And that's why it's important, because you're dressed in a high-vis black trousers. The only thing that's slightly different is obviously the blue top, and it does say PCSO, but quite small letters. But if somebody couldn't read, for example, and they may just take for granted that you're a police constable.
How would they know if I showed them a designation?
Because, like I said, it lists the powers that you
They
have.
wouldn't read it, would they? They couldn't be able, they can't see small.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But you could read it out to them, So, but it's important that you have it.
I don't know your name.
No, that's fine. You can call me sir. That's not a problem.
I don't need to. I've been here 14 years.
Uh-huh.
No one has ever asked me for a designation card. So.
Well, there's a first for everything.
Surprised that,
No, there's a first. There's absolutely a first for everything. So there you go. Today's first day being asked. And
Are you prepared to give me your name?
no, not at all. No. Why would I give you that?
Well, because I'm asking for it.
Oh yeah, but
If I feel that I've got a problem, you're empowered to give me your name. I know that. Do you realise that?
I'm in what? I'm empowered to give you my name.
To give me your name if I ask you for it.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Under what legislation?
The man pushed further, seeing if he could get the cop's designation card. What came next was astonishing. The cop didn't even know what a designation card was. It's hard to believe that in 15 years on the force, no one had ever asked him about this. Seeing that he was being filmed and about to be embarrassed, the cop tried to flip the script. He demanded the man's name, even though he had no right to. It's a classic example of cops forgetting they don't have authority over citizens who haven't broken any laws. Frustrated that the man wouldn't identify himself, the cop's pride took a hit, and he called for backup over this trivial issue. At one point, the man called him a tyrant and even compared him to the Nazis, which led the cop to tell the man to watch his language. Was that supposed to be a threat to his freedom of speech? If cops want respect, they really need to start changing their approach.
What section is that? That's new to me.
What, trying to police the legislation?
Yeah? What section?
You know what?
No, I'm genuinely interested, because I don't know that.
I get such, as anyone would do, if you've got somebody next to the police station, videoing cars coming in and out, etc.
Yeah, it's called a dynamic shot. Like, if I just hold it like that, that's a bit boring. I want to get a dynamic shot of the vehicle coming out.
And your plans to do with the pictures or what?
That's up to me, isn't it? Is it?
Well, so, I've got police officers, you don't give me your name.
Yeah.
It's not just from a police officer over it, and you'll have no...
Oh, is there not one in the vehicle? You both PCSOs?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I mean, you can do whatever you need to do. I feel like you're wasting your time, but that's up to you. Well, why would I?
Well, because it just makes it easier for me.
Yeah, but wait. Initially I legally had to, and now it's just because it makes it easier for you. Which one is it? Because if I legally had to, okay, if you can tell me which legislation, which act, I will happily provide that to
I'll
you.
get a police officer.
Okay. All right. I mean, you can't just go around demanding people's information like that. Are you a Gestapo? I mean, you look old enough to be a Nazi.
Police officer out on the front gate.
Is that what it is? It's part of the Gestapo. You think you just stop and ID people in a free country? What country? Where do you think you are?
Police cars, etc., and people coming in.
Careful what you're doing with your hand. Don't go doing a salute, will you?
Pardon?
So, careful what you're doing with your hand. Don't go doing a Nazi salute. Ooh.
Be careful what you say.
Well, you're going to stand there and demand ID from me when you have no lawful reason. No, you know.
If you don't think it's something, I've got
There we go. All right. What's that? Sorry, PCSO, your collar number?
6003.
Okay, have you got a designation card on you?
I do, yes.
Yeah, you do have a designation. Can I see that, please? See, this is what a designation card is. Would you like to show this? He's been in the force 14 years, never carried one, doesn't know what one is. How bad is that? Okay, can I have a look at that? Yeah, can I have a look in the booklet, please? I'll see what powers. You'd be like, yeah. There we go. Can I just get some shots of that so my viewers can see what... That's it, cool, next page. Just need a quick flip of it, really.
Sorry, some pages are stick to...
No, that's fine, thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
Alright.
And I appreciate if... you look quite young, you must be newer to the force than this gentleman. I'm going to say you've been here less than 14 years. Maybe you should give him some education on what a designation card is and that he's required to carry it and present it to members of the public.
Nice.
That'd be grand. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, but you feel embarrassed now, don't you?
Then came a rookie cop as backup. The man didn't waste a moment and asked him for his designation card. Surprisingly, this rookie did have one and just showed it right away. The man pointed out that the rookie should teach his older colleague a bit about the law. The rookie cop got one thing right, but that was about it. After that, he just backed off and turned his back on the man, probably trying to figure out how to shoo him away and help his colleague, who was clearly struggling with the basics of the law. It's these moments that highlight the gaps in training and respect for citizens' rights among some cops. They show a need for real reform and better education on the laws they're supposed to enforce. Would you all agree?
Well, you should do. You got a young whippersnapper showing you up. 14 years of nonsense. How many people's rights have you abused in 14 years? That's what I wonder. Pardon? See? Now look at that police constable, just driven past, off in his motorbike. He doesn't give a monkey's what I'm doing. You just think you're a detective inspector or something. You're a PCSO. Go back to your vehicle and do your job. Go do the donut run. No offense to you, but obviously you look like you got a good attitude. You look like you're going to progress quite far.
I mean, I think that there are only concerns. Obviously, some people on the outside of the police station. That's the only concern.
Well, that may be your only concern. My concern is that he's telling me that lawfully I need to give him my name, but he can't tell me which legislation, which act, and this isn't Nazi Germany. We won World War II. We live in a free country. I'm not lawfully obliged to give him any details. No,
oh,
no.
Okay, I thought I might have seen it.
No, I've not been there before. But yeah, I'm not obliged to give him anything. I don't know who he thinks he is. He's going to start saluting in a minute. I bet he's got a 1313 tattooed on his back of his neck.
You be very careful what you say.
Why?
Okay? Because that's being insulting.
Yeah, insulting was taken away from the Public Order Act, so try another one. 2015, that was removed from Section 4 and 5. So I can insult you as much as I like. Yes, I can. I just told you, it was removed in 2015 by the House of Lords from a Public Order Act because it's too subjective. You can thank Mr. Rowan Atkinson for that one because he was the one who led the campaign to get that removed. So yes, I can insult you as much as I like. You deserve it. You shouldn't be wearing sunglasses while addressing members of the public either. It's not in your dress policy. Your dress policy states you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
However, since this cop failed in so many ways to be a public servant, the guy he was dealing with turned on him and pointed out that he shouldn't wear glasses on duty. And he was right. The cop walked away from the man and went to talk to another rookie cop, trying to persuade him to identify the man. But the man overheard this and decided to humiliate the rookie again, explaining that for the upteenth time that cops don't have the right to demand someone's ID just like that. At that moment, another cop arrived, this time a female officer. She tried to play the good cop card, and everything she said was wrong. She claimed they were just doing their job and needed to talk to the man to see if they were in danger because he was filming their police cars. This didn't make any sense because it's impossible for armed cops to feel threatened by someone who with just a camera, especially when they're surrounded by other armed cops.
So the fact that he says that I'm part of the Gestapo,
Yeah.
I've got tattoo of 13 on my back.
Demanding ID, telling me I lawfully need to give him ID. We didn't wake up in Nazi Germany today. he can go away with that rubbish. He doesn't know what a designation card is, doesn't carry one. His colleague, who's been a PCSO a lot, he's been a PCSO for 14 years, never heard of a designation card, doesn't carry one with him, refuses to show it. This one, who's very young, obviously a lot newer to the force, first thing he did when I asked him for his designation card...
Our body wards are filled, that's just...
Thank you, that's good, I appreciate that. One thing you need to know for future, you did turn that on, I was going to pick you up on it, but he showed his designation card straight away. He knows what one is. This person needs retraining, he needs reprimanding, demanding ID, telling me there's lawful legislation that I need to give him my ID. He's awful. 14 years he's been doing this. How many people's rights has he abused in 14 years? Do you see where I'm coming from with this? This isn't right. I'm actually quite worked up about this because he's a PCSO, he's not even a PC, doesn't have the powers that you have, and yet he's telling me that I lawfully have to give him my name.
Okay, so the issue probably is that, you know, we get a lot of auditors on around to the
Right.
station, which you can appreciate, I'm guessing. People come, you know, it's a safety thing for us.
Sure.
You know, we're working a job where safety is
Okay, yeah.
And no, just
Yeah.
If someone comes to the gates and they're filming and taking pictures, I don't know what you were doing, I've just come here.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you were filming and stuff like that. Obviously someone's going to ask you, and that's my job to ask.
Yeah. Okay, I had been here 2 minutes. And I just saw a vehicle coming out. I crouched down to get a dynamic shot of it coming out, and with that, it was this vehicle. Just pulls over, and I'm saying it's the way he's approached me, the way he's demanding ID and telling me that there's lawful obligation for it. And that's not okay.
Okay, so it's more that you're wound up about that.
Yeah. I'm not wound up if somebody wants to come and ask me a question. It's a free country. If I didn't want to talk to you, I'd just keep my mouth shut. Right? And that's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the way he's approached me, and you'll see this on YouTube, I'm sure you'll look it up and you'll be able to watch it back. You'll see how he's approached me. It's disgusting. I'm not going to get my channel out, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
I'll give it a go.
Have you seen on
But-
YouTube?
But yeah, it's disgusting. I'm telling you now, he needs retraining. I'm not going to let that stand. I'm going to go and make a complaint at the front desk because that's just wrong. You know.
What is it that you offer? Just get dynamic shots of...
Well, yeah, whatever I find interesting, really, whatever's around, you know. Can I just get collar numbers and that from you? Thank you. And yourself? 268, that's lovely, thank you. One other question.
She also said the cops didn't want the man there, but who would tell them that the man isn't there to fulfill their wishes? The cops made a simple situation very complicated. All they had to do was ignore the man since he was doing what he had the right to do. Moreover, the man explained how big a problem it is that most cops would come together to boost their egos and show someone else how powerful they are instead of doing their jobs and responding to real calls. Just imagine if someone needed a cop at that moment and none could come. Why? Well, because they were dealing with a man filming in public.
Thin blue line, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know some people don't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like it. You know, I know what it was made for, what it was designed for.
I know some people say
Okay.
it's like a gang.
Do you know how many police officers have died in active duty? No, I can tell you it's not many. I can tell you now, there are 20 times the amount of people, of members of public, have died while in police care than police officers have in active duty. But I don't ever see, bye piggy, oink oink. What? Deal with what? I'm not doing anything. I can insult you as much as I want, little piglet.
No. Listen to that.
Oh, but I will. I don't care. No, he deserves every... I was very polite to the other PCSO because he was polite to me and did his job properly and didn't demand ID. People like that deserve it. And they do. I'm not going to have people that abuse our human rights, our right to privacy, go unaccosted. Why should I? Anyway, sorry, as I was saying. I don't ever see a PC wearing an emblem for the 20 times more people, members of the public, that have died in police care, police custody.
I'll be brutally honest, I don't know if there even is an emblem for it. If there
No,
was,
there-
there'd be something I might wear it.
There isn't.
We've
Okay.
had colleagues who passed in our job,
Yeah.
you know, and it's personal to us. So
Yeah.
there's something that's personal to us.
I think, okay, off the top of my head, I think it's 11 people since, in the last, 60, 70 years in active duty that have died. 11 people.
But like we said, if you could have wear something that's personal to you, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say anything to you.
But the thing is, it's not part of your policy. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed.
Like to wear it.
But you're not supposed to decorate your uniform, are you? You know, you're not supposed to alter. You're not supposed to alter and decorate it. It's not like so. Yours, for example, is just a badge that you've gone on and got a thin blue line. Yours has obviously been made by the force because yours has got your PC ground. You've personally made
Yeah, I
it.
personally made that.
See, I don't know if you're supposed to personally alter your uniform.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure you
My
are.
name as well, so it's more obvious when people approach me.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's not, but if I am wrong, I'm going to look it up, and if I am wrong, I will publicly apologise at the end of my video. But if not,
Honestly, I don't mind.
I want you to comment and apologise.
Speaking to the channel next.
You'll find it. You'll find it.
If I find it,
It will be up probably what day we're now. I don't know, Wednesday or so next week.
Okay.
Next week. So,
We'll leave you be.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that PCSO man, he needs gone.
we'll
He needs
like,
gone.
like you said, make a complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
100%.
to you, like we always say.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're happy with the services,
Yeah.
you know, it's completely up
At
to
the end of
you.
the day, you know, you need members of the public if you're not happy with how the police
Yeah.
treat you.
But, I mean, like, if I didn't know my rights.
An older cop who didn't even know what a designation card was decided to leave. The man greeted him and called him Piggy, which annoyed the cop so much that he stopped, took a few steps back, and threatened the man again, saying if he continued, he would have to face him. You know what? If any cop can't handle someone's freedom of speech, well, they should definitely consider a career change. It was clear the cops were out of their depth and didn't know how to handle the situation. Instead of just doing their jobs and respecting the man's rights, they escalated things unnecessarily. It's a sad state of affairs when those who are supposed to uphold and protect and serve are more interested in flexing their authority than in upholding the law. In the end, it all boils down to one thing: respect. If the cops had shown a bit more respect for the man's rights, none of this would have happened.
And somebody threatened me with lawfully I need to give my name, and I wasn't doing here what I'm doing. You know about audits. If I didn't know my rights and I had the right to privacy, I would have given that over because he used colour of law to intimidate that I had to.
Yeah.
You know, and over 14 years, how many times has he done that? You know, I'm gonna get into the IOPC and I'm gonna get every case that he's been involved in reopened to see how many demands that he's made unlawfully and how many times he's intimidated members of the public. That's not right. You can't have that. You know. So, but no, you guys have been cool. So, yeah, I'll leave it.
Rest of your day.
Cheers.
Take care, mate.
Bye bye. Right. Actually. So yeah, I got a little bit irate about that one, especially our PCSO. Trying to ask the coppers if they're going to do anything about that when I was calling me a little piggy. There's nothing they can do. So we can bugger off. Yeah, so absolutely nothing we can do. And that's cool. So I got an ambulance driver coming in, and the person in the passenger seat has got a donut. There's jam donuts on it. Really playing into the stereotype. Yeah, mate. I like your bike, man. What bike do you ride? What is it? Yeah, no worries. You can talk me through it, man.
That would be bad, but then what bike is that?
Yeah, the one you were riding in, yeah.
So that's a BMW R1250 RT.
Is that the standard for Force, is it?
Yeah, so we've got two types. We've got the older type, which are 1200s,
yeah.
which being phased out. And then we've got the 1250s, which are that one there.
What's the top speed you got on that?
So, top speed on response runs about 130.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually...
yeah. More, so for in town, is much better because the car's a bit slow to get up to speed, whereas
Sure.
that you can just get...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm actually up to like 75 on the way down here, and even now I was going like...
I'm 75. Mate, absolutely legend. But yeah, I just came in, I saw you. You don't see these out often, so...
Mate, that PCSO, man, honestly, I was just saying to those coppers, like, demanding...
You're standing out front, video, police cars coming and going. Mate, quite frankly...
Exactly. Yeah.
Why do most cops hate seeing people with cameras? Is it because they're annoyed by people who know their civil rights and expose them publicly? Or maybe they just don't want to be caught doing bad things while on the job. Whatever the reason is, it's not good. Let's take, for example, a cop who saw two journalists filming in front of a police department building. Without hesitation, he approached them and threatened to take them to the station if they didn't stop filming immediately. Isn't that a bit much considering they hadn't done anything wrong? The only one breaking the law here was the cop. He could have lost disqualified immunity because of his behavior, but it didn't seem to matter to him. All he saw was an opportunity to show off his power. Nothing is worse than a cop whose ego has been hurt. This cop even went so far as to arrest one of the journalists because he couldn't bear being confronted. Great. Now he could be sued for battery. What kind of cop puts his hands on someone like that?
What? Sir, I'm going to place you into custody. I'm going to place you both into custody if you don't.
We didn't break any laws.
I'm going to give you one more chance.
It's our First Amendment right to film in public.
Sir, I'm going to take you into custody.
Excuse me.
Gentlemen, I need to see your ID.
For what?
Because I got called down here. Now I need to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yes, sir.
What law did we break?
Sir, it's called obstruction. I'm going to ask you.
Obstruction of what?
Of official business.
What official business?
I need to see your ID. I need to see, gentlemen.
There was no
Whoever's-
obstruction. You guys are
whoever's coming
goofballs.
down, I need those two, sir. Sir, I'm telling you to stop.
What?
Sir, I'm going to place you into custody. I'm going to place you both into custody if you don't.
We
get your
didn't
ID.
break any laws.
What are you guys doing down here?
We're filming
For
in
what?
public. It's our choice to film.
Now I'm down
It's
here.
a
I'm going to
First
ask you
Amendment
for your
right.
identification.
It's a First
card.
Amendment
Sir,
right.
I'm going to give you one more chance.
It's our First Amendment right to
Sir, I'm
film
gonna
in
take-
public.
sir, I'm gonna take you into custody.
Excuse me.
Sir,
What the hell?
Sir,
You're breaking the law. This is bullshit. You're breaking the law. Take my camera.
one in custody.
You're breaking the law, sir.
Take.
You're breaking the law.
You're
illegally detaining him for
No, I'm not, sir.
What crime did he commit? We're in public filming. It's called the First Amendment.
Sir, I'm going to place you into.
Of course, one of the people asked the cop who broke the law and would be arrested, but the cop mentioned obstruction. Every good cop knows that obstruction is a secondary crime and no one can be arrested for it. It certainly doesn't explain why the cop approached these guys in the first place. Then the cop ordered the other journalist to put down his camera immediately. When the man refused for his own safety, the cop decided to escalate the situation further. He grabbed the man so aggressively that he injured his shoulder while handcuffing him. When the man started screaming in pain, the cop just said nothing was wrong with him. I wish I had been there when the cop was explaining this behavior to the judge. It's clear that some cops don't like being filmed because it puts a spotlight on their actions. Cameras hold them accountable and make it harder for them to misuse their power. Instead of respecting people's rights and doing their job properly, these cops felt threatened and lashed out. It's as if they think their authority could go unquestioned, and anyone who challenges it is a problem to be dealt with.
Custody. No, I need to see your identification card.
And my hands are full.
Put them down.
Put what down?
Put them down.
I don't take orders from you.
Sir, you're going to take orders from me.
Excuse me.
Send
Why
me a
would I
third
take
unit, please.
What authority do you have?
This is
This
obstruction
really
of official
tight.
business.
What official business? What official business? Can you loosen this cup?
Sir, I'll loosen
I'm in
them up in a
pain.
minute.
Jesus
Fine.
Christ, you're
Well,
pulling
sir,
on me.
I need to see your identification
I'm a
card.
bitch, you're pulling on me. I don't have it on me.
Put that down.
What down? Ah,
The
fuck.
camera. You're fine, sir.
No,
I'll
I'm
get
not. My wrist is being cut, you stupid son of a...
Ow! Stand still.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hold on.
Ow. Excessive force. Oh, God. Ow.
Stop.
You're doing it.
Identify him.
Ow.
Take him into custody.
Don't approach me. Jesus Christ. What the hell are you doing, man? Torturing me like that. What the hell you are? You're within 6 feet of me. Get away from me.
Take him into custody if
You
he's
don't
not going to
touch me.
identify
You get
himself.
sued, bro. You get sued, man. You get sued.
Sir, give me your name from
I ain't going nowhere. You don't have to drag me, baby. Don't touch me. All right. You're going to lose your qualified immunity right now, both of you. What are you doing, man?
Back up. Put your hands behind your
Get off.
Of course, the best thing in this case would be for the cops to apologize to these people and leave, but that would never happen. Instead, oblivious to their mistake, the cops continued digging their hole deeper and decided it was the perfect time to search one of them. They had no warrant or permission to search, yet they proceeded. What else can you expect from authorities who literally arrested people who did nothing wrong? It's interesting that cops are more bothered by people exercising their constitutional rights than by actual criminals. If that weren't the case, all the real criminals would be behind bars, and those exercising their rights would be left alone. Here is more proof that it wasn't about the crime at all, but rather about the cop's ego. However, if you thought this was the end of the unpleasant surprises from the cops, well, you'd be wrong. Very soon after these people were handcuffed, more cops arrived with their emergency lights on. It really was too much. They acted as if they had encountered the two biggest criminals in America, not two calm journalists who were more respectful until the cops crossed the line. One of the cops even admitted on camera that he arrested one of the journalists because he didn't listen when told to stop filming. That is not only a clear abuse of power, but also an outright violation of the journalist's rights. It's hard to believe that in a situation like this, where the cops were clearly in the wrong, they chose to escalate rather than de-escalate. The cops could have simply apologized and walked away admitting to their mistake, and that would have been the respectful and lawful thing to do. Instead, they chose to assert their authority in the most aggressive way possible, searching people without permission, arresting them without cause, and calling for backup as if they were dealing with dangerous criminals are all actions that show blatant disregard for the law and the rights of the individuals involved.
I'm not hurt my goddamn
I
leg.
have you in custody.
You don't have to fucking hold me like this. What crime did I commit? Son of a bitch. Articulate a crime that I committed.
Obstructing official business. What? Don't resist.
What business? We didn't obstruct anything.
I have an ask you guys to identify yourself.
For what? We didn't committed a crime. You don't have to identify. I have a combat injury on my shoulder. Damn it, you're fucking with me up. We didn't commit a crime.
Yes, you did. It's called obstruction.
You are illegally detaining me. Both of you are breaking the law right now.
We're going to stay here. Please take him into custody as well.
It's hurting my shoulder. I have a VA disability. We have a First Amendment right to film in public. Loosen it.
We'll loosen it when we get to the car. Calm down.
What car? You going to kidnap us now? Really? Yeah, really. Yeah, really. We didn't break any. Can you loosen yourself on my wrist, sir? My left wrist. God damn it! Loosen it up. Loosen it up. Loosen it up. Don't break any law.
These two need to identify themselves. They're filming. I told them to stop. They continue to walk away. I told them to stop again.
Oh, stupid cops. Somebody post the Fremont police phone number. I think they need some education, some live action education. I'm gonna get a picture of him with his own camera.
Awesome.
Smile for your camera.
Hi, illegally arrested by a tyrant sergeant for filming in public here in Fremont, Ohio. Fremont, Ohio Police Department. Give them a call. Go live.
I am live.
Awesome. Hey guys, give the Fremont Police Department a call. Let them know that they're arresting people on public sidewalks for recording.
That's
They're saying it's obstruction because they want to illegally detain us and take our IDs when we don't have to identify. Violation of the Fourth Amendment. Violation of the First Amendment.
Now let's meet another cop who didn't like the fact that a man was filming in public. This man didn't want to waste his time with a rookie cop who didn't know the law well enough to be a cop at all, so he decided to call his supervisor. Well, do you think this cop did it? Of course not. He ignored the man's request completely, even though his job policy clearly states that whenever someone is asked for a supervisor, they had to call them, whether he thought it was necessary or not. This cop quickly turned things back on his side, claiming that the man was too close to a military base. First, even if he was too close, that's fine, until he passes the sign indicating that the public is prohibited from entering. Secondly, the man was already far enough away. When you know your limits, you also know how not to cross them. Then the man asked why he was taking pictures. He expected some spectacular reason, but all he got was, because I can. He and his colleague continued to insist the man should identify himself, probably thinking they were making a great case. They weren't aware that as arrogant cops, they would quickly get taught a lesson by this man who didn't want to let their behavior slide. One of the cops, unaware of how wrong he was, asked the man to explain who he was working for, as if that had anything to do with the situation. The man wasn't shaken one bit and explained to the cops that they could ask, but he didn't have to answer. I bet they didn't expect that. In the end, they had no choice but to leave him alone. This whole encounter shows just how some cops misuse their authority and try to intimidate people who know their rights.
I need to speak to your lieutenant or captain.
Sir, this is my captain right here, Captain Roberts.
He seems to have a problem with me recording from public space. I'm in Fairfax County, Commonwealth of Virginia.
Okay.
That's a military base. I get that. I'm way outside the military base.
I got it. Yeah. Is there any reason why you're recording the entrance?
I'm just filming everything around here.
Okay.
My primary purpose is crosswalk audits. I do these things called crosswalk audits.
Okay.
And I catch people running red lights and almost running down 4.
Right. Yeah.
How do I be least threatening? I don't want to be threatening. Body cam or recording? So I can quote you the DHS memo. It's HQ Oscar Romeo Oscar 002 2018. No, I'm very much an amateur. I've seen it done hundreds of times.
Oh, I thought you said you were doing the heart.
Yeah, the crosswalk audits, I got that off of the idea off of YouTube.
Okay.
I started this morning down on Telegraph where that white bike is. So I guess last summer someone was hit crossing the road with the bike. So I've been going around doing crosswalks and intersections.
For yourself?
For myself, yeah.
Awesome.
And hopefully when people run a light, they see the camera and they become more aware is the idea. I don't know if they do or not.
From the state of Virginia?
I live in the state of Virginia. I'm not originally from Virginia.
You work? You work?
I do.
Off today?
Pardon?
Off today?
Yeah, I work Sunday through Thursday.
What do you do?
I'm an IT incident manager. When large companies have data centers where things break, servers, operating systems, they call me and I get the right teams together to fix the issue. Oh, that's quite an echo. I'm okay without the mask if you guys are. When you approach me, you put the mask on, I'm like, okay, I'll mirror.
Yeah, I'll stay safe.
Okay, I figured outside, sunlight, whatever you're most comfortable with.
Two cops approached a group of free journalists claiming they had received a call about their behavior that day. They asked the journalists what was happening, but their approach was full of disrespect. If they really wanted to know what was going on, they shouldn't have come up with such a flimsy excuse. Who starts a conversation like that? Don't cops usually explain what it's about when they approach people? These cops only mentioned they got some kind of call, which pretty much means they made up their whole story. I mean, anyone normal would explain what complaint they got a call for, right? The journalists explained to the cops that they had an unpleasant situation in the federal building because the workers didn't know people had the right to record and take pictures in the lobby. The smartest thing for the cops to do would have been to go into the building and educate the workers on how to treat people exercising their civil rights. Yet, here they were, trying to identify the journalist. Sometimes it seems like cops deliberately do everything contrary to what they should. One of the cops even tried to justify the workers by saying that people in the building claimed the journalist made them feel threatened. Okay, but how? By filming around? Then the cop asked these people where they lived, which definitely shouldn't concern him. He also asked one of the journalists if he had an ID on him. The man said he had an ID, but revealed he did not want to give it to the cop. The cop's behavior was unprofessional and only highlighted their lack of understanding and respect for the law. The journalists were simply exercising their rights, and instead of being supported, they were being harassed.
How we doing?
Not so bad. How about yourselves?
Good. I'm assuming you're not here to mail a letter.
No.
Yeah.
Got a call about you guys. What's going on today?
Guy just asked name, badge number, so I know I'm speaking.
Yep, officer. A work 360.
A work.
Yep.
Very good.
Then S Smart.
S Smart 326.
326. Are you training? No. Are you? No.
Okay. So I guess, what are you guys up to?
Yeah, that's it.
You guys have,
I'll tell you, you know what, I'll cut through the whole chase with you and tell you exactly what's going on. The post office employees feel like we're not allowed to go inside the post office and take video. They have something called Poster 7 on the wall. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, which is, Poster 7 is the post office's official rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property. Posted in every post office across the country.
Okay.
So if you want to go inside and take a look at that, I tried to show it to the
I believe
supervisor,
I believe
but that gives us express permission to be filming inside. And what I did was I went inside, I bought a stamp, I got a receipt documenting my stamp purchase, and they seem to feel like there's, for some reason, we're not allowed to do that. So I suggested to them that being that you're city police, you're not going to have jurisdiction on this property. So I asked them, I suggested them they call Homeland Security or call FBS because those are the guys with the answers.
Because it's a federal building.
Right, but they called you.
Well.
So we were nice enough to stick around and wait for you because they had a feeling you were on the way.
They just called and they said you're making some people inside feel uncomfortable.
Well, actually, we were out here.
Okay.
Before I ever went into the building, a woman walked by and started yelling at me for filming.
Oh, really?
And she went inside and created a stink. So that's the customer. She was actually feeling uncomfortable with me filming on a public sidewalk. I wasn't even in the building.
Yeah, we just got called, and obviously we got to respond to figure out what's going on.
So do you want to take a look at Poster 7 just for your own edification? I can show it to you, and you'll know what it is going forward in the future.
Well, I
it's hanging on their walls. It's their official.
I don't.
Love to show it to you, just so you know.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So.
Yeah, no, you seem like you're on the same page, but it's just just good to have the information behind it.
Are you guys from town then, or?
No. Yeah, come on, you can tell by my accent I'm not from Minnesota, man.
Well, you got a Jamestown, North Dakota hat.
Yeah. I got to start saying don't you know, right?
Yeah, that tricked me there. So do you guys have IDs on you by chance?
I always have ID.
You mind to take a look at it, please?
I very much.
Okay, you don't want me to take a look at it?
No, why would I want to? Unless I've committed a crime. I mean, if you lawfully have a lawful reason to demand my identification, I'd be happy to give it to you.
Sure. Well, we just got called here. That's why I'm asking. You mind if I take a look at your ID?
I don't have it with me.
Okay. You mind if I write your name down?
Yeah, I do mind.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, there's no nefarious intent, no ill will. We're not looking to cause anybody any trouble.
Sure.
We're just taking some video.
Like I said.
How you doing, Officer Lambert?
Good.
Good. Can I just ask your badge number, please? I know who was here.
319.
Then a new cop arrived, wanting to help his colleagues deal with the journalist. However, his arrival only made things worse. He claimed that the journalist he spoke to was detained and couldn't go anywhere. The man knew the cop was making a big mistake, but it played into his hands because he could create a sensational video for his YouTube channel. The only thing this cop did right was give the man his business card when asked. The man started yelling at the cops, thinking it was unfair, but the confident cop threatened him to watch his language. Really? What did he expect after they had such a bad attitude? Nice words? That wasn't going to happen. Realizing they were in trouble, some new cop told the journalist he could go. But if he's free to leave, he's also free to stay, right?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Officer Lambert, you want to stand by with them? I'm going to talk to the fellow in question, sir.
Well, let's go see what's going on.
Nope, stay here.
What, am I being detained?
You're not free to go over there.
Am I being detained?
You are being detained currently.
I'm being detained? Are you sure about that?
You're not going to go over there and talk with the people, the other
If I'm not
officer
being
talking.
detained, I sure am.
No, you're not.
So am I being detained?
Currently, you're being
You're
detained.
detaining me. I need your business card.
You can have my business card.
Yep. You're making a huge mistake. I would talk to your higher-ups, call your sergeant or your lieutenant or somebody. You don't want to detain me unlawfully. I can guarantee you it's going to cost you dearly.
I'm telling you, you're just not going over by my partner. Nope, stay here.
I'm walking down the sidewalk, sir. You cannot impede my travel. Stay out of my face. And stop giving me unlawful orders, because I'm not putting up with your BS either.
Nope.
Sir.
You're not walking up behind my partner.
Officer Word. Officer Word. Listen, I'm going to walk where I want to walk. Nope. You're going to say, yes, I am. You have no... Am I being lawfully detained, or are you just getting in my face? Back up.
No, I am backing up. You're walking towards me.
Officer Work.
We're taking off, man.
I'm not being detained. This idiot's trying to detain me unlawfully, standing in my face. You're in deep shit, buddy. You just fucked up. Major.
Hold on.
No, you did. You just fucked up. So why don't you
let's watch your language, okay? No,
that's my First Amendment right to say whatever I want to say.
You can't disturb the public.
I'm talking to two police officers. You guys are grown men. You can handle it.
She might be offended by it. Somebody else walking by.
Well, don't solicit any issues.
Okay, now you are starting to solicit.
No, I'm not starting to solicit.
So
this gentleman just forcibly stood in front of me and impeded my...
So the journalist started to follow the cops who approached him at the very beginning and began provoking them now that they were detained and when they had to leave. The whole situation had escalated unnecessarily because of the cops' mishandling. Instead of resolving things peacefully, they created a bigger mess.
Walking down a public sidewalk and unlawfully just placed me under detainment.
So we know what you're trying to do here.
No, you don't. No, what I'm trying to do is find good officers, and I guess I found a couple of tyrants here today. Okay. And you should straighten this young lady out on the rules of the post office.
We're not going to argue with her, though.
Let's go. You guys are free to leave?
If I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay.
Okay.
Call Federal Protection Service. That's what I would suggest to you. We'll have a conversation with people who know what they're talking about. You screwed up.
Nah, we're out with them.
Yeah, adios, buddy. Kick rocks. Later, Lambert. Learn a lesson today.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to.
Don't let your ego kick in, Lambert. It's a bad mistake. You have no idea who I am, and I'll eat you for dinner, bro. Just have a nice day and take off. See you later. Bye. Adios. Toodaloo. Go find some real crime. And Officer Worth, nothing with you. You were being very respectful and courteous and professional. I appreciate that. Lambert over here needs to learn a lesson, and I'm going to teach it to you. You're going to lose your little unmarked car there, Lambert. You get knocked down a peg. Fool. Bye, fool. Adios. See you later. Clown. So that officer's name, for anyone interested, is Matthew Lambert, badge number 319. His office phone number is 218-299-5120. He is an officer with the Moorhead Police Department, which is located at 915 9th Avenue North in Moorhead, Minnesota.
Were very bored on duty, so they stopped a man in his car and ordered him to get out and show his identification. The man didn't have to get out of his car, nor was he required to identify himself. He asked the cops why he had to get out, but the cop claimed the man was acting strangely and filming for no reason, which wasn't true. The cop's comment showed a lack of respect for the man's right to film, especially for his own safety. A female cop joined the conversation, claiming the man was speeding and had to identify himself. However, they had no evidence he was speeding. Just because they say something doesn't make it true. Then she said they needed to talk to him. Well, they were already talking to him, so what exactly did she want? The fact that they got offended when he asked questions and insisted they were the ones asking questions says a lot about the kind of cops they were.
I would like to obviously confirm those details with you, and to do that, I'd like you to get out of the car.
Am I obliged to get out of the car, officer?
Sir, I would like you to join me on the car, out of the car, so I can verify all your details. I'm not going to do everything through a small gap in
Officer,
the window.
once again...
Please join me out on the pavement, sir.
Officer,
otherwise...
once again, am I obliged to get out of the vehicle? You're not answering my question.
So we can obviously check those details.
Am I obliged to get out of the vehicle, officer?
Sir, please join me out on the pavement.
Well then, am I obliged to get out of the vehicle, officer?
Join me out on the pavement so we can verify those documents, sir. Like I say, we need to check your driving licence, your insurance and your MOT for this vehicle. Okay, under section 163 of the Road Traffic Act, we are entitled to do that.
Am I obliged to get out of the vehicle, officer? Am I obliged to get out of the vehicle, sir?
Why are you being awkward, sir?
I'm asking you a question and you're not answering my question.
I'm answering the questions that you've asked me.
Am I obliged to get out of the vehicle?
I would like you to join me on the pavement so that we can do that.
Do I need to get out of the vehicle?
Why are you feeling that need to be awkward, sir? Okay, you're recording us for what purpose, really?
For my own purposes.
Okay, for your own purposes.
It's totally illegal, which I can do.
Okay, sir, I'm not stopping you recording anything at all. Okay, all I'm asking you is to join us out on the pavement. So
What we need to do is speak to you, ascertain the details we need, check that you have the correct documents, and then you can be on your way. What asking you to do is lawful.
Is that my courtesy you want me to get out of the vehicle?
We're being polite. Everything we're trying to do is going to be speeded up if you just can come and speak to us.
There's no way it's going to be speeded up if I come out of the vehicle. You can get my details from the vehicle and I'll be kind enough to give you those details. So if you want my details, get out your notebook, I'll give you my details and you can verify those on the system.
Is there any reason, sort of physical or otherwise, that you're not able to get out of the vehicle?
No, I just feel I don't need to get out of the vehicle. Under your section doesn't state I need to exit the vehicle. You have not clarified to me that I need to get out of the vehicle. When I ask you these questions, you're not answering them. You're finding your own answers to justify your reasons why you want me to get out of the vehicle. But under no circumstances do I need to get out of the vehicle. Do you understand?
Are you telling me that you won't get out of the vehicle?
I'm not telling you that I won't get out of the vehicle. Yeah. I'm telling you that I do not need to get out of the vehicle. Is that clear for you? So if you want my details, you can get out your notebook. I'll give you my details. You can check them on the PNC if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Do you have your car keys?
The car keys are in the vehicle. The engine is off. Yep.
We need to speak to you, and it's easier for us to do it.
Do you want my details, yes or no?
We do, yes.
Okay, so do you want to take out your notebook and I'll kindly give them to you?
Do you have any ID with you?
I do.
You do.
The man wasn't stupid. He realized these cops wanted his documents, so he'd have to get out of the car knowing they didn't plan to return those documents. The man offered to give them the documents from the car, and the cops agreed, but that still wasn't enough for him. Now they wanted him to get out of the car to prove he was the person on the documents. Think about it. Why did they want him out of the car so badly? Despite resisting, the man finally gave up and handed over his documents. Let this be a reminder to all of you to never, ever give up your civil rights, no matter how much the cops try to pressure you.
Yes.
What we'll do, being as you're refusing to help,
I'm not refusing to help, ma'am.
We'll take some details or some documentation from you, and we'll take things from there.
Okay.
It may be that I do in some need you to get out of the vehicle, okay? At the moment, I would like to see your details, please.
Okay, so if you kindly get out your notebook, I'll provide you with the details.
Do you have some documentation?
I do, but if you kindly get out your notebook, I'll give you my name and date of birth. Because if I give you my documents, I am then forced to get out of the vehicle because you're not going to come back and give them to me.
Well, no, because I need to see some form of ID.
Okay, I'll kindly wind up the window. I'll show you my license through the window, and you can take the details off there. Is that helpful? Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Show me your driving licence and we can do some checks on that.
Yep.
Do you have an insurance policy in the vehicle?
I will check, ma'am.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. Yep. Here's the policy with my name clearly stated on the...
I need to check that. There's watermarks on it. You can pass me your insurance document. I need to check the watermarks on it.
So there's no watermarks on this document. There's none whatsoever. Okay, I've never seen an insurance document certificate with a watermark. Okay, I have the insurance policy here. My name is clearly stated on the insurance policy. If you're not willing to take this information from the window, then I have no reason to give it to you otherwise. As I previously stated, I do not want to pass you the information Because you may not give it back to me and force me to get out of the vehicle when I do not need to.
Show it up. We need to get some details from it.
Okay, I'll hold it up. Fine, the time is now 5:20. Insurance should be open, so I'll give them a ring, confirm everything, and I'll be on my way, same as you lot.
My colleague's on the phone to the insurance company. It's going to take a little while for that to do. So, okay, sometimes they have to call back as well once they get those documents. So I'd save your battery and turn off your ignition phase 1, mate. That's fine.
Yeah.
I've been a police officer for nearly 18 years. I've probably carried out hundreds, if not thousands, of stop checks.
Okay.
And people do get out to speak to me, and they.
The cops asked the man why he didn't want to get out of the car. There were many reasons, from simply not wanting to not having to. Who would want to leave a warm car and stand in the cold with a cop without breaking any laws? The male cop was very angry that the man didn't obey their orders. He claimed that normally people get out of their car and talk to them. Cool, but that's not the law. That's just goodwill and ignorance of their civil rights. This cop accused the man of being rude and not wanting to cooperate, but the man had given them all his documents just a minute ago, even though he didn't have to.
But they're not legally obliged to get out of that vehicle, so that's up to them if they really want to get out. And I feel they need to not get out. I would like to stay in my vehicle. It's nice and warm in here. It's cold out there.
It's very much a shame.
It's very cold out there. I don't want to stand out in the cold. You lot have got a nice big body armour. I haven't. The owner of the vehicle.
Excuse me, mate.
Oh yeah.
Is there any chance you can just move your car forward a little bit there? Because then we need to move our van behind you because you're causing there's a bit of an obstruction behind you. So you can't drive off yet, alright? Because we still need to do our check. I'm not prepared at the moment to roll around and drag you out of the car and be particularly stupid. Just to ask you to move your car up there so we can perhaps reposition ourselves. Can I just ask, out of idle curiosity, why are you being quite so unhelpful?
Well, listen, I'm not being unhelpful. I've given you all the information you need, officer.
No, but what I'm saying is, to be honest, you probably could have been home an awful lot earlier or wherever you're going.
I understand that, but I will happily to go through this same procedure.
Okay.
I don't see how this will make delay. I don't see how this will delay me.
These
guys now, look, they're checking tyres. They're just trying to find anything.
Well,
you look so funny.
I'm talking to you, so I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but look, these guys are trying to find tread depth.
Because normally, people get out of the car and talk to us, right? Normally.
Normally.
Yeah. When we stop a car, people get out and we have a conversation.
Yeah.
Now, I could think, perhaps, as my colleagues could think, and other people might think, because you're refusing to get out of the car and staying in the car, that perhaps you have something to hide. I'm not saying you have.
Yeah.
I'm just saying where that could lead to. And so people could think you may have something in the car, something on yourself. You may not legally be entitled to have the car. So by the way that you're acting, then that is going to make everybody's behaviour
a bit heightened. Yeah.
Do you understand?
I understand that.
So that's maybe why people are maybe checking everything, because your behaviour isn't the norm. So
Okay.
the norm to us
Yeah.
puts our suspicion up a little bit higher.
Well, you shouldn't set that bar so low, because
it's not low though, is it?
Yeah, it is though, because
It's
people
not low.
people are
Because,
not
listen,
entitled.
I'll be perfectly honest with you.
People are not entitled to get out of the vehicle. They don't need to get out of the
agree
vehicle.
that.
So
I'll
if
be
every normal
let me have
person
my say, though, but
stayed in the
perfectly
vehicle,
honest,
it'll be unnormal for you, someone to see get out of the vehicle.
No, it wouldn't, because you don't have a conversation with anyone else.
No,
I've been doing this an awful long time.
If everyone stayed in the vehicle,
And people don't
that would
stand
be normal to you, because they're legally obliged to stay in the
Because to
vehicle.
us, most of the time, that's dangerous where we stop people, because we're having to stand out in the roadway and deal with you, because you're being unhelpful by putting...
Of course, nothing is enough for cops who are eager for authority and power. While they argued with the man, darkness fell, showing how long they had held him. Just because these cops had nothing better to do doesn't mean the man didn't either. Then the cop pulled a new trick. He claimed the man's car had a defect and that he had to get out so the cop could check it. Did they really think anyone was stupid enough to fall for this? They were talking to a grown man, not a child.
Making us stand in a road where there's cars coming through.
You just stop
Admittedly, it's
me.
not a busy road, so we're not too bad.
Yeah.
But on other times, I wouldn't want to be standing out in the middle of a busy road, crouching down, having to speak to you through a window.
Yeah.
That puts me in danger and my colleagues in danger.
Okay.
So you are being unhelpful, but I mean, it's up to you.
I'm legally entitled
like to. Say,
to.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I just was asking why you are being unhelpful.
I just thought, if you were
Which
stopping me
can't really, if you're honest, you can't really answer. It's just because you feel like being a bit belligerent.
No, it's because I'm exercising my right. I'm
And being a little bit.
I'm
because I
exercising
can.
my right.
Because I can.
So, because it's not normal for someone to exercise their right,
No,
you
I'm not
feel.
saying that. I'm
no,
not saying
that's what
that.
you're saying to me. That's
I
what,
haven't said that.
No,
I
that's-
just said it isn't normal.
in layman's terms, yeah.
Layman's aren't normal. You ain't normal.
Ricardo.
yeah.
Mate, just 2 seconds, okay? I've obviously gone through your vehicle and obviously noticed the defects with your vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. What I need to do is show you that defect on your vehicle. Okay. Now to obviously do that, I need you to get out of the car. Okay. And I need to show you that defect.
What defect is that, mate?
There's a bulge in your tyre.
A bulge in my tyre.
And that is obviously a defective tyre.
Yep.
Under the construction and use of the vehicle, okay, therefore it's a 3-point penalty notice.
Okay.
I can go through that with you and I can explain the different procedures. Obviously what I would like to do is to show you the defect, okay, and then we can make a decision where we go from there. Okay,
I don't need to see it, I'll see it. I'll see the defect later on.
No, I need to do that now with you.
I'll see the defect later on in life.
the offence to you and show you that defect.
Okay.
So if you can get out of the vehicle and I will show you the defect.
I'll wind down the window, I'll look at the defect, I'll turn the tyre.
My friend, you've still got the torch.
These guys, I don't understand why these guys are trying it so hard to get me out of the vehicle. If you're stopping me under the Misuse of Drugs Act, I can understand. Sorry?
Have you got an in-car charger?
Why'd you say that?
For your phone?
No.
Charge it up, because you might run out of battery.
No, it's fine.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's totally fine. Charge it at work.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Alright.
Can I ask you a question? If your friends came over here,
yeah,
would you chat to them through the window?
If I want to, but you're not my friend.
No,
you're a stranger to me. I haven't seen you from Adam. Just because you got this uniform on, am I supposed to trust you?
No, I'm not saying.
Okay then.
That you can believe what you want.
Yeah.
But all we're trying to do is do a job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you may see a uniform, but obviously there is a human being behind the uniform.
I understand that. Yeah, when you take this off after work, you're a human being. I understand that.
The cop then asked the man if he would also talk to his friends from the car if they came over. What kind of question is that? Neither are they his friends, nor does it concern them how he would talk to his friends. In the end, the cops realized there was no point in standing and talking to the man, so they quickly came up with a way to restore their ego. They wrote a ticket for the man and finally decided to leave. It's about time these cops were taught a lesson about their behavior.
I'm a past experience I see on the news, police are beating up on people and whatnot. They're doing this stop and search, want to search people for no reason, violating their rights.
Yeah,
and why hasn't this been a positive experience? Is it because I'm exercising my legal right?
Because I think my other colleague, my inspector, when he was speaking to you before, it's not a pleasant experience having to speak to you through a crack through the window. As I said to you earlier, I mean, I've been a police officer for a long time, and I've never encountered anybody like this.
Well, there you have it. You know, you learn new things every day. And so next time you do stop someone, you can tell them you don't have to get out of the vehicle, but we would like you to.
Next time I stop someone, I'll do exactly the same as I always.
For the vehicle.
Yeah, can I leave now, please?
No. I need to give you your details, don't I? I need to give you your form.
Yeah, can you just hurry up? Because I've got places to go, man.
No, it's fine. I'm
taking about an hour just to give you 3 points.
That's all right.
You're taking about an hour just to give me 3 points.
We've got to be thorough, haven't we?
Yeah. Can you just hurry up, please? You're taking
I need to be thorough.
Mate, if you're taking the piss, because I'm gonna go now,
Can you
mate.
watch your language, please?
I'm gonna go, man.
I'll just give you your section.
Yeah, can I hurry up?
There you go.
Cheers.
Yeah, take it.
Push it through.
I can't push it through. There you go.
Look at this guy.
Take the ticket, my friend.
I'm sorry, I can't reach it. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Okay, mate.
Have a good day, yeah. You might want to mind yourself, or I'll run your foot over, sir. Excuse me.
Don't do so. All right.
Excuse me.
Drive straight without running my feet over.
Yeah, can you?
I'd like you to put your telephone down while you're driving, though.
All right. So if you move over,
Take care, my friend.
please.
Unnecessary use of your horn. We'll do another ticket, shall we? Okay. Well done.
Cheers.